this idea of change and bringing it back to Blume. And I guess we're just Blume today because we have a member missing. But
Blummers. What a blummer.
Blummer, dude. I'm sorry.
We're beautiful, if nothing else.
Can we really motivate change?
Yes.
I think in those who are ready.
Okay.
In those who are looking for change, and only in those who are willing and ready and looking for change, yes. Absolutely.
But then you cut out a huge
You don't cut them out.
amount of
You don't cut them
people.
out. They've cut themselves out. You cannot change someone who's not willing to
but,
change.
Yeah, but you say that you can motivate the ones who are willing. That motivation that then cuts out a whole
Okay,
lot of
so you're
people.
saying
Who do
we-
we cut out?
Okay.
The people who don't want to change.
But how do you make them change if they don't want to change?
You find a way.
No, how?
Come hell or high water, you...
Have you ever tried changing someone, Shay?
Yes, I have.
And?
Have you succeeded?
And I have.
Oh,
Shay,
in
tell me your
part.
secrets.
In part.
In
because
part.
You have to change someone's attitude.
In part.
And you, yeah.
But I mean-
but that little part, it can grow.
It plants a seed and it can, but that doesn't always happen.
You can probably catalyze. You can
Also-
probably
Yeah,
be like,
agreed.
here is your
Catalyst.
opportunity.
I hear what
Yes.
you're saying, but I want to expand on that. If you change the people, if you help grow and evolve and change the people who are ready for that, that already causes a domino effect because they are going to go out there, changed, altered, evolved, and affect those around them.
So then you can change everybody, whether they want to be changed or not.
But that's what I'm
because I can
saying.
change the person that wants to be changed, and they can then go and have the domino
But
effect
that's
and
what I'm
change the
saying.
person.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting at. But you cannot change directly someone who does not want to.
But that's exactly what you've done.
No. I'm in disagreement.
The domino, it sounds like it's a distant change, but it's actually just a direct change.
Well, you need, okay, so to knock the domino at the end, you're right, you start with the one at the start, but you need
but
the ones
still
in the
comes
middle.
from you.
You need the ones in the middle.
It still comes from you.
But if the ones in the middle are not
You
there, it's not
have-
going to happen.
But there are the ones in the middle, because there will always be people who want to have the change. And want to experience, and will
Okay.
go on cause the domino
I think this is
effect.
semantics. We're getting into semantics right now. The point is we can
Well,
influence
no, I think
change.
we're complicating something that's actually just so simple.
Okay. So say it as it is then, simply.
People can change. Everybody can change, whether they want to or not.
What prevents
It
them
will
from
happen.
changing?
Themselves.
But then
Whether
that's what
they
I'm
want
saying.
to or not.
If
But
themselves are
eventually there
preventing
will
them
come a
from
time
changing,
where they want to change, and they will change.
you can't guarantee that.
I think it can be guaranteed.
You can't guarantee
I'm the
that.
type of person that believes that everybody can become their optimum self. Every
I don't
single
agree
Okay,
with
hold
that.
on,
human
hold on.
being.
What does that even
hold on,
mean,
hold on,
though?
hold
What
on.
does optimum self even mean?
Key word here is can.
Can, not will. Also, I think, I think everyone can
Can
change.
is more grounded than will. Will is
No,
like
will not happen.
it's maybe.
No, but will is what you're saying. You're saying everyone will eventually change.
No, she
That's
said
not
can.
true.
I said can.
She said can.
I believe they can.
But that doesn't
and
mean
can
that,
is a
doesn't mean that
choice.
they will
Will is-
necessarily. That doesn't mean that they will necessarily, even if we influence them.
But what kind of change do you want?
But that's the
Because
point.
I'm saying change, but I don't mean negative or positive. I'm just saying that there will be growth and there will be evolution. But everybody will change eventually and become their optimum selves. Eventually.
the optimum selves that they're capable of.
Okay, if you're talking
Yeah,
optimum
whether they're
self, do you
capable
mean
of
talking
or
talking
not,
good change?
You are
I
talking
don't
good
mean-
change if you're talking optimum selves. Oh, hello, Simba.
Well, when I say the optimum self, I don't mean like I have this one little mold for optimum self. You know, it's
Okay, but it's not a bad person.
yeah,
You're
not
saying
well,
good traits. You're
yeah.
saying someone becomes a better version of themselves.
And when I say good traits, I mean people who have morals, people who,
But what are morals?
well, not
It's
killing,
subjective.
for instance.
It's
No,
subjective.
it's not subjective.
It is completely
There are certain
subjective.
things in human nature
In
that
certain
cannot
cultures, killing
be-
is not a bad thing. In
It
certain cultures,
is, it
being
is,
being
or-
a sacrifice is seen as a great honor.
What culture is that?
Those are
And
ancient cultures,
how-
but they are.
But
and
they're
they,
ancient
but
cultures. They're not the
African
cultures we live in today.
African cultures also.
But
definitely.
I don't even think at that time they
even
were seen
in
as
gangs,
positive
like modern day
things.
things. No, it
But
is.
they're not. They're not positive things,
See,
and they're
but
not based
Shay,
in
I
any
honestly feel
moral
like you're
grounding.
speaking very subjectively from your own point of view currently.
I'm not.
No, legit. Alden.
I love how
Opinions.
all the tension comes in at the end of the show. To be continued. No.
No, wow, we just like, could this not have happened half an hour ago?
Okay, what I'm kind of hearing, look, I have the same belief as both of you. I know what you're going to say.
No,
Okay.
you don't.
No, I don't. We all, yes, I also want to believe that everyone can become their ideal
I
self.
want to believe that too.
What I've seen.
That's my choice. Is that
That's
I
fine.
agree in both places, but I want to believe and I choose to believe, and therefore.
But is that choosing to believe not willful ignorance
You
to
choose
an
to be the
extent?
optimist.
Yeah,
Is
I
that
do.
not willful ignorance to an extent?
How is it willful ignorance?
Because you're
if it's a possibility.
You're willfully trying
But
to
it's a
ignore people,
possibility.
for example,
I'm
like
not trying to
psychopaths, like
Okay,
people who
hold
are
on.
mentally disturbed,
I get what
who
you're saying.
possibly cannot change, people who are suffering from extreme PSD from like their entire lives. Who can they change? Are they willing to change? Will they change? How do you know?
I think there's a disconnect here.
There is definitely a disconnect.
Because I get what you're saying, and for a second I was agreeing, but I think what Shay is saying, like, she's not ignoring the fact that people can degrade, but she chooses to believe that they will not.
I hear you.
And
But that
you're
does not
saying-
always happen.
You're saying no, of course, that does not always
But that's
happen.
not the road I'm going down. I'm not saying they have to, they will, they must.
But then are you not only just
I'm
changing
choosing.
yourself?
And then I will have a domino effect.
You're hoping.
Yes. I'm living in hope. I'm living in
Okay.
optimism.
Shay,
I'm living in the possibility.
In like the
that we
utopia
can live in a
idealism,
world.
in the utopia, like utopian idealism, I hear you 100%. But I think that might be a little bit like we can't shut off from the fact that a lot of people might actually react to our show very badly. And that is still change, but that
Yeah.
is a degrading change. It's not optimum self.
But how are we going to react to that?
No, of
change?
course, we'll react well to that.
So that's really all that matters is how we react to it.
So it just comes
And-
back to self then, basically.
Yeah.
Trying to influence everyone, but it comes back to just us.
You can only influence people by changing yourself, by
Yeah.
correcting yourself. It's the only way you'll
No.
ever get anybody else to change.
No, fair. But they won't necessarily change just because you've changed.
I don't believe that. I believe
Okay.
people will
I also just
and
want to
can.
I want to just add a few of the nuances we're ignoring here. We're saying people change as if it's one big whole change. But people are very complex, layered creatures, right?
Yeah.
So maybe on one level they will change, and on others
But
they
that's
might
what
stay.
I'm speaking.
They might
I'm
stay more
talking about the
consistent.
little bit,
Talking about the little
little
nuances
changes,
of changes
the
that are more
changes
likely.
that go towards a greater
See, I'm
growth.
talking about the bigger changes that are harder to change. The things that are more rooted and fundamentally set in certain people.
Can you give us examples?
Like the ignorance of Afrikaans culture. In the older generation, for example, is a very, very good example. There is no one in Afrikaans culture that is older for example, in my family that reacted well to me cutting my hair or coming out as queer. No one. And they won't because it's not comfortable. To them, it's against God itself.
So then I want another question. How is it the societal influences? Is it the judgment that causes people to remain in that willful ignorance that need to not want to accept people?
I think
Is
it's
it
partly
cultural?
fear.
Is it human nature?
I think it's
Is
nature
it-
and nurture. I think it is a combination of nature and nurture, absolutely, because there's an aspect of fear of the unknown. There's an aspect of fear of
So
challenging
how do
what
we-
you've been
how do
raised
we
with.
How do we change the way people perceive fear? Because, so I watched a video yesterday. This guy, Simon Sinek, I'm not sure if I'm
Yes.
pronouncing it right, but he does the speech about millennials.
Yeah, I've
and
seen
he
it.
says that he watched interviews with athletes, and the interviewer always asked the athletes before a big race or after a big race, "Are you nervous?" And each time the athlete would say, "No, I'm excited." And he explained that the physical changes that happen in the body, the physical experiences of fear and nervousness and excitement are exactly the same. Your heart starts racing, your palms get sweaty. So he says that simply by changing the way you experience or you allow your body to experience
You perceive
that,
something.
You perceive something completely differently.
Yes.
So if before a race I'm going to say, "Oh my God, I'm so nervous, I'm so nervous, I'm so nervous," but I'm having the exact same physical reaction and it's actually called excitement.
Yeah.
I forgot where I was
It's
going with this.
it's
but like,
perspective.
yeah,
It's mindset.
how-
I hear what
Altering
you're
your
saying.
perception of something.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Change
how
how
do
you
we
react to
change
it.
people's perception to fear? How do we go about
converting the negative into something productive.
I
Exactly,
think
exactly.
people need to become comfortable with being uncomfortable. They need to see
Yeah, so
discomfort.
living out of your comfort zone.
They need to see
constantly.
discomfort as growth.